It is not clear that intelligence has any long-term survival value. Government works best under the glare of public scrutiny. Absent such scrutiny, abuses occur. I like physics, but I love cartoons. Time and space are finite in extent, but they don't have any boundary or edge. They would be like the surface of the earth, but with two more dimensions. Nothing is better than reading and gaining more and more knowledge. The idea of 10 dimensions might sound exciting, but they would cause real problems if you forget where you parked your car. One is always a long way from solving a problem until one actually has the answer. We only have to look at ourselves to see how intelligent life might develop into something we wouldn't want to meet. If aliens ever visit us, I think the outcome would be much as when Christopher Columbus first landed in America, which didn't turn out very well for the Native Americans. I regard the afterlife to be a fairy story for people that are afraid of the dark. To confine our attention to terrestrial matters would be to limit the human spirit. The thing about smart people is that they seem like crazy people to dumb people. It matters if you just don't give up. I don't think the human race will survive the next 1,000 years unless we spread into space. People who boast about their IQ are losers. You cannot understand the glories of the universe without believing there is some supreme power behind it. Not only does God play dice, but He sometimes throws them where they cannot be seen. The downside of my celebrity is that I cannot go anywhere in the world without being recognized. It is not enough for me to wear dark sunglasses and a wig. The wheelchair gives me away. Not only does God play dice, but He sometimes throws them where they cannot be seen. If time travel is possible, where are the tourists from the future? I'm not afraid of death, but I'm in no hurry to die. The downside of my celebrity is that I cannot go anywhere in the world without being recognized. It is not enough for me to wear dark sunglasses and a wig. The wheelchair gives me away. The universe doesn't allow perfection. There is a fundamental difference between religion, which is based on authority, and science, which is based on observation and reason. Science will win because it works. One of the basic rules of the universe is that nothing is perfect. Perfection simply doesn't exist. Without imperfection, neither you nor I would exist. Although I cannot move and I have to speak through a computer in my mind, I am free. I have noticed that even those who assert that everything is predestined and that we can change nothing about it still look both ways before they cross the street. My goal is simple. It is a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is and why it exists at all. I think computer viruses should count as life. I think it says something about human nature that the only form of life we have created so far is purely destructive. We've created life in our own image. In the universe, it may be that primitive life is very common and intelligent life is fairly rare. Some would say it has yet to occur on Earth. My expectations were reduced 22, 0 when I was 21. Everything since then has been a bonus. The science of second-guessing. New York Times Magazine interview, December 12, 2004. It surprises me how disinterested we are today about things like physics, space, the universe, and philosophy of our existence, our purpose, our final destination. It's a crazy world out there. Be curious. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny. Quiet people have the loudest minds. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it is the illusion of knowledge. We are just an advanced breed of monkeys on a minor planet of a very average star, but we can understand the universe. That makes us something very special. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. In an infinite universe, every point can be regarded as the center because every point has an infinite number of stars on each side of it. Although quantum mechanics has been around for nearly 70 years, it is still not generally understood or appreciated, even by those that use it to do calculations. This means it will take about 1,000,000,000,000,000 years for the Earth to run into the Sun, so there's no immediate cause for worry. We now know that our galaxy is only one of some 100,000 million that can be seen using modern telescopes, each galaxy itself containing some 100,000 million stars. The computer in your cell phone today is 1,000,000 times cheaper and 1,000 times more powerful and about 100,000 times smaller than the one computer at MIT in 1965. If you understand how the universe operates, you control it in a way. It is said that there's no such thing as a free lunch, but the universe is the ultimate free lunch. If you understand how the universe operates, you control it in a way. Scientists tend to risk theories they admire. The people who actually make the advances in theoretical physics don't think in these categories that the philosophers and the historians of science subsequently invent for them. There should be no boundaries to human endeavor. However bad life may seem, while there's life, there is hope. Why are we here? Where do we come from? Traditionally, these are questions for philosophy, but philosophy is dead. Each exists for but a short time, and in that time explore but a small part of the whole universe. The universe in a nutshell. Mankind's greatest achievements have come about by talking, and its greatest failures by not talking. It doesn't have to be like this. You cannot predict the future. If one is physically disabled, one cannot afford to be psychologically disabled as well. 1,000,000,000,000,000,000. One with 20 for zeros after it. Miles the size of the observable universe. It's the gravity that shapes the large-scale structure of the universe, even though it is the weakest of her categories of forces. There is no way that we can predict the weather 6 months ahead beyond giving the seasonal average. What did God do before He created the universe? Women, they are a complete mystery to me. However bad life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. Where there's life, there's hope.